And good evening, everybody. Welcome to Massive Success, Traffic Leads to Income VM style. I'm Rob Gearing, your host for this evening. I'm the admin and owner of Traffic Leads to Income VM. And as you know, my famous slogan and tagline is to your massive success, and I mean that sincerely. My goal is to help as many people as I possibly can move their business to the next level. So I'm glad that everybody was able to make it tonight. Do appreciate that. We're going to move over to some screen share. I'm going to do that pretty quick here so we get a good backdrop, get it in my browser. And let's just talk about a couple of things. So first off, Traffic Leads to Income VM is one of the most well-known viral mailers that are out there in the world. It's been around since 2010. But one of the little known facts is that it actually has a marketing system built inside. And that's something that we have that I don't think anybody has. We do a weekly webinar. There's some people out there doing weekly webinars, but when it comes to the traffic exchange or viral mailer world, there's not many. And there's not many out there in this community that, you know, are willing to put together or able to put together a complete package of a business, a complete, you know, thought process from A to Z when it comes to when it comes to online marketing. So, you know, we're kind of unique in those aspects. And I really wanted to get back to my roots. Traffic Leads to Income VM is my roots. I do wear some other hats, but definitely for me, everything starts here. And, you know, certainly I'm pleased to be able to present to you tonight and show you why this could mean a lot for you as well. So that's sort of the kind of the introduction. Again, Traffic Leads to Income VM is a viral mailer, but much more than that, right? And what a viral mailer is, it's a rental list, right? It's a rental list. It's a way to have people see your advertising, right? You craft an email. You have a good link. You earn credits in various ways. You use those credits to get exposure, to have your mail go out to 100 people, 1,000 people, 10,000 people, whatever the case may be. And you hope that they click on the link. Why would they click on the link? Well, they click to see your site. They also click to earn credits. So it's sort of a shared endeavor. You know, there's something in it for everybody. The person who's clicking and the person who's putting out the advertising. And, you know, the roles change. Sometimes you're the advertiser and sometimes you're the advertisee. And as we know, there's a lot of other ways to advertise, and there's an evolution. You know, you can talk about viral mailers, you can talk about solo ads, you can talk about various forms of paid traffic. But the reason why these mailers are very popular is because people can get in and start advertising at little or no cost, and ultimately scale up to larger things. So I'm going to go ahead and log in. And I'm going to use my free account, actually, because I think that's very important to look at the free account. So I have a free account. I got a graduate account. I got a team to profit account. I got a breakthrough account. I have every account in the books when it comes to Traffic Leads to Income VM. So let me go ahead and log in. This will be my free account. And the reason this is important is this is the view that thousands of people see. And look, we offer free members a nice graduate upgrade. We call that a one-time offer, though. You know, that's kind of the little inside joke of the viral mailer world. One-time offer that you see basically every day, right? But you know, you guys follow me. You know, it's kind of a little bit of marketing going on there. So I'm going to bypass that. So now I'm in my back office of Traffic Leads to Income VM, and the first thing that people want to do, the very first thing that they want to do after watching my video, which I'm going to pause, is they want to start tearing in over here to the left-hand side. Send message, right? Send mailing. Get it out there. And they really miss the fact that if they just would read this step one, this is kind of the first point of instructions when it comes to Traffic Leads to Income VM. I'm kind of scrolling down there. If they would just take the time to read that, they could actually improve their marketing and probably take what they're advertising and either do something different or just change how they're doing it. But a lot of people aren't willing to take the coaching and the training. They just want the advertising. And everybody's welcome to Traffic Leads to Income VM. I've got people who have never read any of my training or instructions, and I've got people who have mentored and coached to high levels of success by going through my trainings and working with me closely with my close-knit team. You know, I've got a lot of different, you know, people that I work with on a daily basis, but certainly I'm willing to, you know, to coach and mentor and help as many as I possibly can, as I said earlier. So, so that's the temptation, but I say don't do it. Don't fall into the temptation of wanting to advertise without taking the training. So, you know, we're not going to look at the buttons on the left-hand side. We're going to look right down the center here. Welcome to Traffic Leads to Income BM. Here's how many credits that I have in this free account, 59,805. That covers a lot of mailing ground if you have 59,000 credits, because I think I have 7,700 active subscribers. On a membership base, it's approaching 25,000. Not everybody is subscribed to the mailing system. So that would carry you 7,500. I'm not great at math, but that's like 5, 6, 7 mailings that a person can get. And with the upgrade plans, you know, you can increase the number of times you can mail in a given day and how many people you can, you know, then overall reach, you know, in a given time period. So just moving down the line here, and we do teach more than just mailing. We do teach more than just advertising. We teach about how to have a complete business strategy to, dare I say, earn 5,000 or more from home. You know, you know, I think $5,000 a month is a very possible figure that people can earn online. I would think that $10,000 or more is very possible, but you got to have various components, including income streams that can produce that high. You can't just pull it out of thin air. There has to be some monetary way to make that happen. So we talk a little bit about that, but really the first thing, if you're a free member, I want to offer you this tonight. Let's just go right into the incentives here, because you took the time to come, and that means a lot to me. That really does. So, you know, I appreciate that, and I want to give back. So everybody walks away with at least a 7-day free upgrade at the very minimum. Okay. If you're already upgraded and you do a monthly subscription that renews, I can what we call level you up one notch higher, because we have, like, you know, 3 or 4 different levels that people can be at. So certainly I can level you up until your renewal hits. So I'll give you a little temporary bump. So that's a thought. And if you're already to the highest level, I really can't do anything, you know, more for you upgrade wise. We'll give you 10,000 credits for coming, and everybody can always use credits for the most part, right? So how you claim your prize? What I want you to do is go to FAQ, click on that, frequently asked questions, ask admin, which we now put the button at the top versus the bottom, so people are finding that a lot easier. And just tell me, say, hey, I was at your meeting. I really appreciate it. You know, and could you please, whatever prize you qualify for based on what I just said earlier, you know, just say what you're requesting, and we'll go ahead and take care of that for you. And why that's important is you got to be upgraded in some way, shape, or form to go past step 1. Now, step 1 is nice, and we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that here for a second. But to get the meat and potatoes, you got to go beyond step 1. So we offer everybody who comes in their basic training, and I'm still working on kind of a work in progress. As soon as people join, I've tried different formats. So I'm working on a new welcome video for people before they confirm, to give them their marching orders, you know, what to look forward to, what to be on the lookout for, how to approach this program. So that's something I got to, because I took the old welcome video off, and you know, I'm looking for, you know, some new content there. Somebody going to be working on that. But one of the first things that I recommend here is to get into our Facebook group. So if you're not in our Facebook group, go ahead and do that tonight. You know, go ahead and request access. So you just click that. That's all a big live link right there under the stop sign. So when you click that, it takes you to facebook.com/groups, and I call my group Rob's Total Shortcut. And, you know, I'd like to get some more activity going there. I'd like to see more, you know, non-advertising, you know, basically more content-based posts. And, you know, I want to share content as well, you know, kind of a two-way street, and talk about things that we learn and opportunities that we have at Traffic Leads to Income BM. So definitely get involved in that. And that's important because you'll learn in a moment, there's a little special promo code that I hide in the pinned post there. You can't get it unless you go to the Facebook group. And then we talk about the upgrade. And the upgrade that I recommend is my Team to Profit upgrade. So the Team to Profit upgrade are those that work with me at Now Lifestyle within our team, which is known as Team to Profit. That's why we call this level the Team to Profit upgrade of Traffic Leads to Income VM. So you'll find Now Lifestyle in the downline builder of Traffic Leads to Income VM. If you take a free membership, you get a 7-day upgrade, no strings attached. If you decide to take a paid trial and go a little deeper, that upgrade can potentially be permanent, something that you get and you don't have to pay anything for it. So that's something that that I offer. But again, you may be happy with what you got. You may be happy with your mentor, with people, with your go-to person that you're working with and your go-to company, and that's totally fine. So there's a lot of different choices and options when you join Traffic Leads to Income VM, and just know that if option 1 isn't maybe quite right for you, there's probably and definitely an option 2 and an option 3, option 4, etc. So I do mention that and how to take that kind of quick upgrade. There's traditional upgrades that people take all the time that are just straight up upgrades, and that's found in the left-hand column under upgrade. There's actually a tiered system that I have. So people who take the first level upgrade we call graduate. There's a lifetime JV that's above that, and there is what I call the TL2L upgrade, which is the biggest one that I offer, the big kahuna as we call it, which offers you the opportunity to grab, if you log in every day, 10,000 credits every day. That's an amazing amount of advertising that you can do over here. That's the TL2L upgrade. But the special promotional one, the Team to Profit one, as I said, is tied into Now Lifestyle. So those are all different choices and options. So we welcome people, from all different, segments of the internet, and certainly people that are working in, not just Now Lifestyle, but any opportunity or business on the internet, and we can help you. We can do some great things for you. So the next section is the just welcome information, giving you some more promo codes. You have a live link to some more additional promo codes. Being able to hook up with me on Skype. So if you have an unresponsive sponsor, I can kind of hopefully help to wake them up, and certainly help you too, answer questions and guide you properly. We have a Skype group, which you're welcome to join. There's just a click of a link away. We mentioned our Facebook group again. So the more you engage, a lot of people don't want to engage on the internet because maybe they're afraid of being scammed or hoodwinked or something. But I think the less you engage and the more you're an island unto yourself, the less success you'll have. It's so important to put yourself out there and trust people, as hard as it may be. Because someday you're going to want somebody to trust you. You're going to be in a position where you're the leader, and you have your arms out and wanting people to come your way. So you're not going to want the cold shoulder. You're not going to want people who are completely non-responsive and unengaged. So engagement is a two-way street. It's very important. It kind of helps. It helps in a team area, but it helps you personally as well. And I look at what we do here at Traffic Leads to Income VM. Clearly, now you probably see this is way more than a viral mailer, right? There's a leadership development component, believe it or not, that we get into. You really, unless you really know me well and work intimately with me, you have no idea how deep you can get with this stuff, and how much great advice you can get, and how much great support and training, and all the various people you can meet by just kind of following the path here. So coming down the rest of the training here, biggest thing within the first step is really and here's that reference about the promo code is question mark. You have to go to the Facebook group to get that information. But like I said, the promo code is hidden in the pin post there at the group. But you can't move to step 2, as you see below. That's kind of an important phase of step 1, is to get into step 2. So that just takes one of the upgrade options that we talked about earlier to be able to advance forward into the next step. But we've said we're going to fix that tonight. Everybody's going to walk away, having some option, some way to make that move and get that next level of training. The other very important point of Traffic Leads to Income VM, step one, is the profile. The profile update is critical because it actually gives your sponsor some information about you so they can connect with you, because I think it's important that your sponsor connects with you, and I think it's important that you connect with your sponsor. Throughout your training steps, it's a two-way street of information, right? You're exposed to who your sponsor is and how to get a hold of them, and they are given information about you if you're willing to share. And again, this is the engagement piece that we talk about, the all-important engagement. If you're afraid to engage, you have to ask yourself, what are you afraid of? And why are you here? And what are you actually trying to accomplish? So, things like that to keep in mind. The super important stuff to make sure that you have would be how to pay you. So that would be your PayPal email address. Your Skype is important to fill in. Your autoresponder referral URL, we actually use in the, it actually goes into the training steps. So somebody that you bring in will see what you recommend for an autoresponder when we start talking about getting your list building set up and everything through the 7 steps of success. Make sure, please, that you fill in your messenger and social networking IDs. I'm such a stickler about that, is that if you had these all blank, you wouldn't be able to mail. So what we said was people got all upset, and of course they don't want to engage. They don't want to, I don't want to mess with any of that social networking stuff. I really don't want to do any of that. All right, then just put none in any of the fields and call it a day. That's when you just, as a coach and a teacher, you just throw up your hands and say, oh, okay. But I've learned over the years that I have to understand that there are people that just want to use the mailer, and that's cool. And I think that the day I kind of came to that conclusion and came to peace with that, because I always want everybody to go through the system and the training. But when I came, to that conclusion, and I was kind of at peace with that it's okay if they just use the mailer. Then I think that kind of calmed me down a little bit and said, it's good. Any way you slice it. There's people going to come at this on all different angles. But for you that are at the meeting tonight, know that the training will, teach you something. I guarantee you. Even those that have been around quite a long time will probably pick up on some tip or little thing that they didn't know, or it'll sharpen a skill set that maybe they haven't gone through for quite a while in getting a funnel set up, specifically a lead capture page. So the profile, kind of gets things rolling. And also on your referral page, as most programs, we have the traditional referral URL. We have a customizing feature, actually, where by filling in those social networking IDs, that's going to populate onto your referral page. And you're given this little bit of code here, referral page customizer. So here's what I would say. Once you put in your social networking IDs, and I'm going to go ahead and do this, and you go ahead and update. First, you update your profile. So put in all your stuff and update it, right? Now, the referral page customizer has like default code that's in there. So for some of us, there's default code. So what you want to do once you update your profile is grab your code is below your, it's in your widget area at the very bottom of the profile. That's your special code. So once you update your profile, and every time you update your profile, you would need to go in and copy all this. I'm looking for select all, and I don't see that easy way, so I'm just going to have to grab it all. So grab all your code, just highlight everything. Make sure you're at the top of your window here, and grab all this code, and Control C, and bring it up to your referral page customizer, because it could be default code that's in there, and you don't want that. So let's go ahead and Control V, and one other update now. Let's update again. And now we know for sure that we're good. And how we can know that is we actually give you a live link to your referral page right within the referral page customizer. Now, don't mistake this for the lead capture page system. This is kind of still on the traditionally people join programs and have a referral link and build a downline. But whose list are you building? You're building mine versus yours. The 7 steps of success and the lead capture system is about you building your list, which we know we all, I think, can agree after all these years that that is the way to go. So let's see what my referral page looks like after that little piece of business. So there it is. So anything that I have live, like my Instagram, if I would have filled that in, if I do give somebody my referral page, they can actually maybe not join, but maybe they had a question, so they'll find me on Instagram or Skype or Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, or YouTube. And in this particular example, the only thing that I updated in my profile was Skype. So all the rest of them are kind of dummy links, just that Skype one. If I mouse over that, it has my rob.gearing ID. So that's the referral page customizer. I don't talk a lot about that in webinars, so I think that was a good thing to cover. So now at this point, we talked to everybody about some of the upgrade choices and options of carrying forward your training here. So you definitely get back to me with your support ticket, and I'll be looking at that, and I'll make sure everybody gets what hopefully you were paying attention when I went over what the what the prizes were and whatnot. So let me close that window. So that's about as far as we're going to go tonight. I wanted to just kind of dig into the basics, but I can go a little deeper based on your questions and comments. So I'm going to actually stop the screen share. Okay, we're still on recording, but I'd like to hear from you guys, and I can open up a mic if somebody would like to ask a question that way. So I'm going to scroll through the chat. And I don't see any questions yet. So what do you guys have? You can either put it in chat, or you can request microphone access, and it can be a question, it can be a comment. But I'd like you to challenge me tonight. I did say I was going to talk about Facebook. Paul mentioned Facebook link being dead. So I'll have to look at that. I'm not sure what you mean by that. I did actually have a comment I wanted to make about Facebook. I mentioned that to Alan earlier, that I was going to say a little something about Facebook with the Mark Zuckerberg congressional hearings and whatnot going on, and a little discovery that I made today. Oh, okay. All right. So remind me about that, Paul. We'll get that done. Yes. Thank you, Paul. Yes. Yes. I was thinking in my mind, where did I not update that? And geez, oh whiz, how could I miss that? So yeah, see what you do, Janet, when you change your Facebook group link. That makes us all just kind of go a little crazy here, but we'll get that taken care of. Thanks for pointing that out, Paul. So questions, comments. Who wants the mic? I'll wait patiently here. No, I know it's necessary. I'm just teasing you, Jenna. It's fine. So who would like to say something? I mean, this is your training, everybody. So I mean, I can tell you things that you may or may not be interested in, or I can actually help you live and get you over a hump, or answer a. Oh, thanks, Alan. I appreciate that. Oh, I'm just getting started, my friend, Alan. Oh, just getting started here. We can do a lot more. You brought in Reggie. Welcome, Reggie. Thank you. So the first point will be, Alan, just getting Reggie to join, and following the instructions, right? Kind of like what you're going through. So that's awesome stuff. And I love when people invite a friend to come in. That's what it's all about. As we grow this, hopefully Tuesday nights can be something that's pretty magical for everybody. Janet Legier, we have an awesome. To say an awesome marketer, that's an understatement. Just an awesome leader in the industry to be here tonight, and is influential and tells, recommends and mentions to people, hey, come on over. That's awesome. And Alan bringing over Reggie, and Norman's over here tonight, and Dawn's over here tonight, and Randy and Paul and Greg, all great people here. So, but what if we all bring a guest or two every time? We can really start, creating something that's not just about me, but it's really about you. Okay, so what do we have? Questions? No, it's okay, Dawn. It's fine. Okay, well, you guys think about, whether you want to use the mic or not. You certainly can type it out. But let me tell you a little bit about my thoughts about Facebook. Real quick. This kind of goes with follow-up, right? So part of Traffic Leads to Income VM, when you set up your lead capture page, and you get a lead, you follow up with them. And what do a lot of us do? We always would go into Facebook, right, with the email address and paste it in and find people on Facebook. Well, I noticed the other day, I was on an incredible run with Facebook for a while, where I think 1 out of every 3 because sometimes I'll generate a sign up that has a phone number too. So I was getting 1 out of 3, 1 out of 2 every day and making some great connections with people. But then I noticed, okay, I put that one in, not found, not found, not found. And then we were talking about that in our group, and it's like, oh my goodness, Facebook with all the, the heat that they're under for, sharing people's data. Now, wait a minute. Facebook.com, right? That everybody shares, what color underwear they wear and what's the softest toilet paper and who they support politically. And now all of a sudden, Facebook, oh my goodness, they compromise people's privacy. Hello, I think we all compromised our own privacy, everything that we put into Facebook. But anyway, that's just my take on it. But for obvious reasons, there are people that are upset, I guess. All this political stuff is spinning around. So they hauled Mark Zuckerberg up to Capitol Hill to account for his security policies and principles and what he's doing. So I think that some of the things have already been put in place. Whereas, you just can't find somebody by their email address. If they gave Facebook their email address, I can't use it to find somebody or a phone number. So I think you're already seeing some things. So Facebook's going to change for us marketers. It's going to be a little bit more, because we, used it to track people down and everything. So I just found that interesting. But then I learned that I already have Facebook groups. I can actually add people to my Facebook group, their email address, and they'll be given an email notification to join the group, right? Or I can actually send an email blast out to a list and give them the link to the group and bring people into Facebook that way and ultimately connect with them. So there's more than one way to skin a chicken, I guess, as they say, as the old saying goes. But it's just interesting. We have to be savvy as marketers. We have to change with the times. We have to, be flexible, because all of us who have been around more than a decade or even 5 years or more know that opportunities have come and gone, systems have come and gone, resources have come and gone. We have to always be, but our business never goes, because we are ahead of it, in front of it, and own it. And that's why the list building is so important. That's why knowledge is so important. That's why these trainings are so important. That's why the sharing of information is so important. So anyway, now, while I was giving you a rant about Facebook, any questions, comments? Because I will answer your question, and I'll even go above and beyond by doing a screen share, potentially, to answer your question. So what do you guys got for me? Come on, somebody's got to help me out here. And if you would like the mic, just say mic, and I will unmute you. Now, no, there will be a more robust little exchange probably after. A lot of people are shy when there's a recording. Alan wants the mic. All right, my buddy Alan, who I had a great phone conversation with today. Let me unmute you, my friend. Where are you? Where are you? There's Alan. Unmute. Okay. How you doing, Alan?
You hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Alan. I had to put my earpiece in.
Sorry, I had to turn that up a little bit. I have a little bit background, so I won't be on too long. I just want to say thank you for putting together an amazing presentation. I have been online and offline for about 20 years, but I've never seen anything of this magnitude with such a breath of fresh air. So, Rob, I'm here to support you and your vision and your dream and your members' dream in any way I can. So thank you, Reggie, for showing up as well.
Yeah, thank you, Alan. That's it. It's times like that that make me know why I do what I do for people like you and all of you here tonight. Those kind words really go a long way towards inspiring me and motivating me to do better, to work harder, to figure it out, right? I've been trying to figure this stuff out for many years, and I think I got it down pretty good. But there's always new things. Like I told you, I picked up a little tip about Facebook today that I really never really use people's email address to invite them to one of my groups. So we all can learn new things. So thank you very much, Alan, for all of that. Anybody else have anything? Because otherwise, this is about all I had for tonight. And every week's going to be a little different. Okay, don't think that every week it's going to be the same thing. There will be weeks when we'll open up the steps and we'll hit one. But I want to get interactive here because I think that's important to hear what you want to hear. Not necessarily what I think you want to hear, but what do you want to hear from a webinar, from a training about Traffic Leads to Income VM? Hey, I'll talk about the mailer. Hey, I'll talk about earning credits. Hey, I'll talk about paid advertising versus free advertising. Hey, I'll talk about follow-up. I have a lot of stuff I can talk about, right? With the years comes some wisdom. So I have opinions on just about everything you'll find, marketing and non-marketing. But if you guys are good tonight, I'm good. And again, there'll be a recording. Okay. Alrighty, so awesome. I think it looks like everybody's good. Just make sure you make your claim. You go to FAQ and Ask Admin. And just to summarize, let me go back to, we'll finish up with some screen share again. It's always good to do a little summary. But just remember your step one talks a lot about your profile. So having your profile filled out accurately is critical. Making sure that you understand the referral page customizer. And your referral page can also be found in Affiliate Toolbox. But the big thing, I guess I left it as a teaser, but we'll talk more about the marketing system next week. We'll talk more about the lead capture pages. This is your referral link right here, affiliate link, and then a direct sign up link if you wanted to use that. And you have email content that you can use. Certainly, this is all stuff that you can use, in your marketing. Everything here in the affiliate toolbox area. But the big not grand finale, but the big tease that I'm going to leave tonight is: are you going to go past step one? Are you going to come into the Facebook group? Are you going to claim your prize? Are you going to take some level of an upgrade, some offer that I've put on the table? And are you going to meet me next week for step two? But that's going to be your choice. That's going to be your call. And I hope the answer is yes. And I hope you bring a friend or two. And I hope you go over to the group and dig out your step one promo code if you never got that. If you got my email today, the blog has a new promo code. I changed it up so that another way to earn credits. And I'm trying to think of anything else. I think that's it. But certainly join me every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Time for your massive success. I'm going to stop the screen share. And I generally reveal myself at the end of the meeting. You may be wondering, am I a real guy or not? And I am. And I look fairly similar to my picture when I'm clean shaven. So thank you again. For those that stuck around, you get bonus me. You get more. Maybe you're not going to be shy and you'll fire and pepper me with individual coaching questions and whatnot about marketing and Traffic Leads to Income VM. But for recording purposes, it's peace out. Hope you enjoyed it. Until next week, as always, to your massive success. Thank you very much, and good night.